Facts Media Global. Tell you right now, I ain't gonna hold you up. It's a frustrating time right now. It's also a time that I've been talking about. The call has been made, and the attacks are being launched. I guess we'll see what happens when the chips fall. But I encourage each and every person watching right now, and listen, get yourself some gas masks for your family, man. You know what I'm saying? Invest that money. Go online right now and just make sure, you know what I mean, get everybody sized. All your kids, everybody in your household, get everybody sized up. And purchase a nice gas, a nice chemical, biochemical. If you gotta go all the way out and get the whole outfit, but come on, with that, you're not gonna just take heat. Like I said, I'm highly frustrated right now. I'm frustrated because of the outcome of the chips falling as they may. It's a domino effect. It's a domino effect to put it in layman's terms. It's a domino effect, and if anybody know about dominoes and domino displays and things of that nature, like, it's real intricate. Everything has to be placed. You know, it got a whole lot of designs. They go up, down, around. You know, each one of those dominoes have to play their position in order for the spectacle. You know, in order for it to be the big spectacle. You know what I'm saying? We all keep our eyes on from the first domino to the last. You know. But we fail to exercise that same design, that same motto, that same style in our everyday lives. Since I'm gonna put it. I only can speak for the times that I have been underneath the boot here in our great country that we call America. You know what I'm saying? So me myself personally, I like to take it to 68. 68 being a real I guess a real special time in our civil rights, our rights, human rights, however you want to, mix it and bounce it. So when I make references, I like to go to 68, and it so happens to be 50 years ago to today in 2018. So you look at the conditions in 1968, you can go into details. You can peel back each layer of government industry, corporation, real estate, you name it. The same problems that existed in 1968 still exist today in 2018. But it's been concentrated, it's been intensified. We dealing with a whole different beast now. With a whole lot of different resources. With a whole lot of different connections. And we, on the same token, has made no leaps. Has made no leaps. It's crossed no bounds. We've just been at a standstill. When they talk about I'm not sure if it's the Revolutionary War or the Civil War. I'm thinking it's the Revolutionary War. It says there was a shot that was heard across the world. But if you ask me, when the shot was fired that took out Martin Luther King, that was the shot that ended. It took out all the fight out of our peoples. So I think I said enough already. I don't know if you can. I know I hear it in my own voice. Like I said, Facts Media Global, yes, it's to bring the information to the people and highlight what's going on in our great country that we call America. That's so, the land of the free, the home of the brave, etc., etc. It's just a sad time. 50 years. I mean, every time I think about it, it's just. Now here we go, going into World War III, people. World War III. Our military, it's been documented over and over and over again that our military cannot win on the ground. If you do any military research in the history, put it in the comment section right now. The last war America has won. The last battle that we have won. Not where the agreement was made, ceasefire. I'm talking about all out victory. I'll wait. But I'm gonna shut my mouth. I'm gonna go ahead and listen to the brother Dick Gregory with y'all. And I'm gonna sit right here and I'm gonna reminisce, and this is exactly what I want you to do. Just listen, open up your ears, close your eyes. Close your eyes and you can envision. Use your imagination. Let your mind feed your heart. Allow your mind to feed your heart. Let's compare it to a meditation of some sorts. Let's meditate right now. And let's listen to these words. Yeah, or it might get a little harsh. The current might get a little rocky. But no matter how harsh the current may get, ain't no waves can do any more damage than the waves that has already wrought. You know, these is roaring waves. Roaring. So I don't think we can see another wave. I don't think it's possible. Let me shut my mouth and listen. Let's get into this.
Okay. Okay, my mic okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Welcome back, Brother Gregory.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. A lot has happened since
Yeah.
since then, and a lot is fixing to happen.
Well, you know, I must thank you. You know, since we posted the first interviews, I just did the count. As of today, you're over 3 million views in terms of all the clips and everything.
Well, you know, people are hungry for information. And information that's not filtered through the press. The press is part of the system. I mean, Rockefeller, man, the richest people in the world, go let the New York Times and LA print what they want to print. You know, a bunch of unethical thugs, pimps and whores, and they control everything. Because we, the people, hear what they tell us, and because they white folks, not black folks, even questions it, you know. And then all at once, you all came. 44,000 internet radios and sending information out there. You see, that's what Trump knows. And he knows there's certain things he better not say. And so you got white Americans here. I grew up in an all-black neighborhood in St. Louis. So I wasn't around the white folks. Okay. And so in order to look back and see, you have to do research on. I was not around no white folks, except the good ones. I'm talking about not racist, the ones that come and collect the money or sell you something, you know. And then when you start doing the research, you realize Sears and Roebuck was invented by a black man. And then he, some kind of way they bought him out. I don't mean negatively, but if you ever shopped at Sears and you get a bill, the store says Sears, but legally all the bills have to say Sears and Roebuck, or you don't have to pay them. Okay? And so, who can have the time to drill into that? There's no way that all the stuff you got, Jones and them thugs don't know about it. But they scared. See, I didn't know white folks were scared. I never lived around them. I saw the movies, they weren't scared. The military. I mean, ask yourself just one simple question. We're the richest country in the world. We have the mightiest research in the world. So how can we send soldiers to Vietnam, Korea, little countries that ain't got a nickel? And how our soldiers come back with all kind of syndromes? American soldiers commit suicide, 46 every day. Vietnamese is not doing it. Now, they don't have huge hospitals and research, and somebody said, wait a minute, there's something going on here we don't know about? I mean, that's real serious. But because nobody cares nothing about a veteran, not even a veteran, anytime you go kill somebody for somebody you don't know, but they're not going to send their children. And the folks that make the money is the munitions people. There's something wrong with that. The president 6 months ago signed an $80 billion check for jet planes. Now, you don't hear them on TV or radio begging for money like they do for veterans. I mean, you sign an $80 billion check to the airline industry that's making planes, but the people who's been wounded, one leg cut off, and arms cut off, and all kinds of mental things. And so the closest I've come to saying, what's the difference between me and the Vietnamese? Well, if you're not Christian, if you're not no religion, growing up in America, you hear thou shalt not kill. You hear that. So I wonder, is this what makes Americans? Is that implanted there, thou shalt not kill, and they see they are killing people? I don't know. But you sit and you look and you say, hey man, something is not right about this. And then you have you know, if you look at your rich Christians in America, rich, they don't wear crosses. DuPont, Mellon, Rockefeller. The Pope don't wear crosses except when they doing some kind of ritual. You see, I look at black folks that talk about we was here billions of years before white folks were. That means everything white folk got, they took it from you and then made it white. Made it white. If you was here, which you were. And so when you stop and think about the dinosaur, the dinosaur was here 3 billion years ago. The dinosaur, 3 billion years ago. And they were bigger than mountains. But what they didn't tell you, so was the butterfly here when the dinosaur was here. And so was the turtle. The turtle was here. Turtle's still here. And so when you move from the religion that we've been trained to the real, universal force. See, the word God means power. I don't mean nothing about no God. That's why they call the mob the Godfather. And you ain't heard nobody complain. And so when you stop and think about the same God that made the moon and the sun and the rivers made me. So when I look at my hands, and I got 5 fingers on each hand, and it never changes. That God don't make no mistake. No mistake at all.
Well, that's one of the things that I wanted to ask you about. We didn't get around to. I mean, you speak of the universal God, the power of the universe. And I was really curious, like, are there things that we can do to tap into that power?
You're born into it. It's like you born with $10 billion in the bank, but they told you it wasn't there. It's still there. They can't steal it. They can use it as long as you don't know you have it. You know. And then you've been duped by your parents, and they didn't know. If my mother heard me talking on a show like this, she'd call the police. And that's my mother. This is the woman that would hawk her house to put bail money up if I actually murdered somebody. So when you sit and think about, here's that universal force. That's who made your hair, not Sears and Roebuck, not Target. Do you think that God put something on you that need to be cut off? Think about that.
So why is it that so many of us are still in the dark about this?
Why wouldn't you be in the dark? You've been trained to be in the dark. Been trained. I mean, on Thanksgiving, we pray for the abundance. Now think about this for a minute. If I work for you and you pay me $1,000 a week, oh man. So one day I want to thank you. So do I give you a day for free, or do I charge you $10,000? Which one?
I guess I'd take the free day.
I'm not asking you, guess would you take? I said, if I'm talking about you, if I want to say thanks to you, do I give you a day for free, or do I charge you $10,000? That's a simple question. Huh? I work for free. So on Thanksgiving, if that's the day we pray to the universe, thanks, then why don't we not eat that day? Why do you eat more that day than you eat any other day in the year? That's all I'm trying to say. You know, I'm not here to trick you or nobody else. Huh? And you can't trick me because I started off like you. Huh? I started off as ignorant. I had ignorant mother, ignorant father. Huh? I remember one day, my brothers and sisters said to my mother, you know, Richard don't say no blessing over food. And that scared her, because she's scared of God. So she grabbed my ears. I didn't know it was her. I looked around at her, I said, bitch, you out your motherfucking mind? She said, what'd you call me? I said, I called you a bitch. Where'd you hear that? I hear Daddy call you that all the time, and you ain't never grabbed his ears. He's the one that bring women in the house. He's the one that steals the rent money. I've never. Why do I not say the blessing? The Indians taught us Thanksgiving. How many black folks do you know, including you, have ever said thanks to the Indians on that day? And so I say, wow, man, what a, is that not hard to figure out? And so 3 hours later, after my dad called all that and hit her and knock her down, I hear him back in the back room making them strange sounds. So I made a deal with my mother. I said, if you come down the basement and pray over what I stole, I'll come up here and pray over what you stole. I'm a better thief than you. I just can't justify it by religion. I see you come out them rich white folks' homes and stole food and then come here and cook it and then want me to say the blessing over it? I don't pray over stolen food. I was 9 years old, man. out here looking and seeing things. Didn't know what it meant. Went to church. Heard all the stories. Why would the universal force that gave me everything I have give me hair if it had to be cut off? These little eyelashes have never been put where your feet is. But we so busy into the, and this is what's gonna change stuff. And some of y'all got it, don't not even know what you're putting out there. But there's people out there been listening.
Well, definitely. I mean, I watch our talks many a time. And every time I see something new, as I evolve, as my consciousness evolves, I hear even more truth.
Yeah.
So, but help me, help us come out of the dark. How
you supposed to come out there? You own a Rolls Royce. I'm on welfare, nigga. Don't ask me. Well, I haven't got a Rolls Royce. You have to stop. Y'all keep talking, huh? You keep talking, man.
Let me get back to this real quick. I apologize. I just had to cut in. Don't you think it's weird? Don't you think that it's weird that Verizon Wireless went down for 7 hours? I was asking. Verizon Wireless, it's all over the news. It's all over. Verizon Wireless. They was just down for 7 hours. That's a shift. You might as well say, right? And what's going on over in Syria? That's what I try to explain to the people. You better take advantage of this internet right now. Get anything you need to get recorded, filmed, edited. Just get it done. You're probably gonna have, I don't know, 7 to 14 days, and then you're gonna have to surrender this internet thing. You're gonna have to surrender it to the war effort. Remember where you heard it first, people. Let's move on.
And you shut the fuck up, huh? Cause the next thing you don't know, huh? A Rolls Royce. You got. I got a used Chevy. So why you gonna sit and compare yours to mine and wonder why I haven't got one? Everything the universe want me to have, I got the same thing Queen Elizabeth got. Huh? I got the same thing. You see, the universe made women and men made queens. The universe made men and men made kings. The difference between a woman and a queen and a man and a king is the way you wrap the gift. So I see your sister, hey baby, you show mellow, wow. So to convince her I love her, I go buy her a gift. I go to Target. But on the way back, I stop at Saks Fifth Avenue, and get them to put Saks Fifth Avenue tags in. I go by Neiman Marcus and get him to gift wrap it. Oh, he loves me. Huh? See how it works? See how it works? And so we give them special power to oversee us. And that's about to change now, because there's a new set of people. You know, one of the interesting stories about the guy that put an airline company together that embarrassed all the other airlines is JetBlue. He didn't believe in hiring nobody out of college. And the thing took off so fast, he had to go on the stock market to get money. That fast. So now he had to have a board of directors. He didn't own it no more. He got stock, cash, but when you're dealing with other people's money. So they asked him some questions, said, well, we can't use, so they fired him. Now in firing him, they had to give him X $1 billion worth of stock, cash. He's still with the company, but he don't make decisions. So then he ended up opening up PayPal. PayPal. Now how you gonna figure out something if you don't know that? You do the same thing my ignorant, but leave it alone. So now he has the #1 airline company in the world in South America. Here's what he figured out. If you lived in South America, the roads are raggedy. The airports is caving in. So your father and mother live 80 miles from you. You see them once every 3 years. Then he came in with that JetBlue mentality and fixed them planes, made them larger. So now you can go visit your father every week for $30 round trip. See, you got to let shit go. They can go anytime they want now. Then come back. This is the new thinking out here now. Okay, so you can't come with old shit and work. That's over.
Right. You said in one of our previous interviews, the dawning of New Age.
Yeah. So when you sit and keep your mouth shut, and you look at all them folks in Silicon Valley, it's a new group of thinkers. Those are what they call indigo children. They go out there broke. 2 years, they're billionaires. Billionaires. And they keep going. Some of them is government stuff. You know, I never believed in the woman that wrote Harry Potter. You stupid. She's in a home for poor folks. She's on welfare, and she writes a book that gives her billions of dollars. Please, please. And then one day, the Japanese found out the hard way what a lot of us knew. Children start falling dead in the movies. And they realize that's mind control. It's just so simple. She did all that on welfare? No, somebody give it to her so they'll trust her. Nobody would trust her. And so, consequently, when you look at the human body, when I was a little boy, I'm 85 this year, I was a little boy, I used to hear old men, call their testicles two below. Two below. So somebody come out and ask most folks what are two. You try to figure it out, you don't know. The sperms live at a temperature two below your body's temperature. Simple. But not simple when ignorant folks are trying to figure it out. And so in the summertime, the testicles swing down. That's why the Arabs wear the baggy pants. Huh? In the wintertime, they swing up. If you go home today and get in the bathtub and tell somebody to turn the hot water on, you see your testicles hang down. You say turn the cold water on, you see them pull up. So when the Germans came out with the jockey shorts, that's to sterilize you. Okay? If you look at a baseball game, you see the player and they go down and touch their testicles. They feel something, they don't know what it is. They got a jock strap on, and that's a violation. The universe fixed it so those sperms will live at a body temperature 2 degrees below the body temperature. So in the old days when they made trucks, the reason truck drivers couldn't have children because they put the engine under the seat. Kills the sperms.
Wow. Well, just going back to indigo children again. So it's a dawning of a new era. It's a new level of consciousness that this next generation has.
1985, they started being born. IQs of 200. If you and your wife had an indigo child, while y'all sleep, they traveling at night to other planets. In the black community, most of them end up getting killed because the ignorance that we have, that because of oppression, I can't stand a child talking a certain way. So we take them to doctors, they put them on Ritalin, and they end up dead.
Well, that bears a question. So, do human beings have certain abilities that science cannot ascribe?
I wouldn't know. The planet's been here for billions of years.
Okay.
I wouldn't know.
But like, how is it that man is able to cross certain boundaries? Like, one of the, like, just breaking through in technology, breaking through in this. Is it collective thought? Is it spiritual thought?
I don't know. You ask a scientist that. See, the problem with y'all try to answer them. What you left out is the trillions of dollars that was spent to move them to that level. Huh? What's it cost to go to Howard University compared to what it costs to MIT? What kind of test you take to get in MIT? Compared to what you take to get in other schools. Howard University is probably the #1 black institution on the planet and the most money. But Howard University, named after a white general, General Howard, that became famous for killing Indian children. So what are you going to? Spelman, the #1 black woman school on the planet, named after Rockefeller's mama. Named after Rockefeller's mama. And the sad part about most y'all don't know that. If you shut up, say, wait a minute. What did she do? What's her claim to fame? It's that simple. Then you look her up and you find out who she is. Can you imagine a Jew naming one of their #1 institutions after Hitler's mama? And so when you stop and you think, it's here. Here, you was born with it. Well, I need somebody to tell me I am somebody, because I don't know I am. You got here the same way I got here the same way he got here, we got here the same way Queen Elizabeth got here. A penis goes into a vagina and it ejaculates 500 million sperms. And the one responsible for you and me and him and Queen Elizabeth outran 500 million sperms and got there first. Didn't no one sperm come out and slowly stroll up the fallopian tubes. If you said, man, we're going to dinner tonight, it's 500 million restaurants here, I'm gonna take you to the best one, I know I'm in for a good meal. Now, let's go back. When the ejaculation starts, the sperms now come out the testicles, come through the prostate, and that's where they get their electrical charge. Before then, they're just laying dormant. And then it comes down, and so, because I live in a system, well, white boy done took my manhood, So that's why when I'm having sex with my woman, I want her to yell and holler, and I'm trying to get my manhood back. And that wasn't meant for that. Get it, daddy. Black man is the only man, American black, the only black man on the planet talk about good pussy. What the fuck is good pussy, nigga? What's good pussy? Mildred got some good pussy. Well, she's into her fifth husband. 4 of them didn't think it was that good. What do you know about Mildred that they don't know? So then you start saying, wait, something's not right. In America, black men is 4%. 82% of prostate cancer death in America is black men. Hey, wait a minute. I live in a country almost 500 million people, and I'm 4%? But 82% of cancer, prostate cancer death? Nobody thinks about that. Nobody thinks about that. Why? Because I'm having sex to have fun and get a manhood back. The universe gave me that to produce another God. We're the only man on the planet, a black American man, that call our black woman strong. You're strong, sister. But call your car beautiful. And I don't think it's no accident a cop will shoot your mama, your dad, your baby in the head 40 times, but won't shoot your car. Because it feels something that comes over you that would not let that happen. Do you know why more white women is dying now from heart strokes than black women? Okay. Because all at once the civil rights movement gave them laws to liberate them. You ever walk down the street and you get to the corner and they got that little indenture for wheelchairs? That came out the civil rights movement. And we didn't ask for it. They forgot to put for black only, so it covered everybody. A woman couldn't fly a plane before us, civil rights movement. A woman couldn't be a sky cap. A woman couldn't shine shoes at the airport. And then the civil rights movement came through, because before that, you could only be a stewardess, white only, a stewardess. You had to look like something out the center page of Playboy magazine. And because of our movement, you get on a plane now and see an old, ugly, short, fat white woman. We got her that job. That's simple. We got her that job. Nobody went through the type of slavery that black folks in America. And yet, something in me that white boy couldn't change. There's never been a slave where the slave owner hired the slave to take care of their children, to cook their food. And y'all don't even see that. Huh? Whatever it was they did, it didn't work. I'm not a killer. Huh? King took on the mightiest army in the history of the planet and beat him. Beat him with no gun. Hell, motherfucking punks running around talking about, we do this, you ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. Most of you don't even know the Black Panther was government agents. Huey Newton was a drug pusher for the government, okay? And so when you look and see what they were doing, and so when they got ready to kill him, they told the whole world he died in a drug shootout. You know how stupid you got to be that you all have cameras and knowledge. And if somebody don't like y'all, hold a press conference, let's kill all the camera people. You don't tell nobody who you're gonna kill, the mob don't. So if you was a light-complected cop, married to a black woman, live in a black neighborhood, and you hear some black folks say, kill the white racist pig, police. You light-complected. You ain't never passed for white, but every time you see a black man, that's what they wanted. And then there's another thing. I lived in a neighborhood. I saw black folks whiter than white. White and white. See, the reason they stuff didn't work, they didn't qualify to see nothing but ignorant, knife-tooting, gun-shooting Negroes. You saw your uncle, who was a doctor, your mother, who was a principal. They didn't see that. So that's why they scared of me. I'm not scared of them because your daddy was more white than any white person I ever saw in the movie. Huh? My aunt who's holding me, I see what, they never saw white black folks. That's what they scared. The ones they saw was the one they wanted them to see. Now, how do you figure that out when you don't have the rhythm to figure it out? So now how you gonna reform a cop? You white, you the prosecutor. You got to get elected, huh? That county you live in, ain't no black folks in that county. So here's a white cop shoot 12 black folks dead. You think you gonna prosecute them? With them ignorant white folks that got to vote for you every 4 years and you buying a house, gonna send your children to college, you got to pay insurance. You can't change that till you understand that and change that. How many black folks go to jobs that's dangerous, but they can't stop? They can't stop, they gotta keep going. Now, how do you make a cop change? Simple. You pass legislation and say every cop have to be insured So we take out policy. Everybody carry a gun. Have to be insured. Huh? The first time you violate that, you lose your license. If you're a cab driver, you can't drive your cab, you ain't got no license. Now, do you hate niggas more than you like feeding your family? Then your behavior changes. Make you like me, make you have to be careful about the people you do like. And every cop, their children should go to school for free. Because you got to give them something that they can't afford to lose. It's that simple. You drive down the street, you get 5 moving tickets, you lose your license. That's what make you stop at that stop sign.
Right. But they don't, the system doesn't want to punish cops.
I didn't say that. I didn't ask you the question. I didn't say, did they? I said, here's how you do it. You telling me they don't want, huh?
I'm leading into something else.
No, I don't want you to lead into something else.
Okay.
Because my ignorant grandmother, you have to tell me they don't want to punish cops like I don't know that. Before your ass was born, I knew that. I said, give them something to lose. Do you hate me, motherfucker, more than you love your children? Huh? How many times have you stopped when you was in a hurry? Because you didn't want a ticket, because one more ticket you can't. Huh? So, I don't hear this ignorant shit you talking. You got to take it to another level. Huh? All of us have tried that. All of us have behaved so we get a birthday present from our mom and dad, huh? That's a no-brainer. Until you come in and say, well, the soldiers, why you fucking think soldiers come in and listen in training, because if they don't, there's a punishment. Huh? It's that simple. That's all I'm saying. I didn't come here to answer ignorant questions. No, I'm not saying that. Okay. I heard what you said like I didn't know it. Nigga, I knew more shit when I was 9 years old than you know now. Huh? Because my mother worked for billionaire white folks who said they got books that white folk can't read. Okay. I didn't know that. That's all I'm saying. Huh? You wasn't born driving a car. You learned it. Huh?
Of course.
Okay. You wasn't born knowing when you hear a siren you're supposed to stop. But I tell you what you was born with. When I was a little boy, I wanted a fire truck for Christmas, not a police car. Hear me? Where'd that come from? You're born with it. You're born with it. It's that simple. And so, when King came through, them nigger-hating white folks, he didn't ask the question you asked. Let's move. Let's do it. Okay? Let's do it. It's that simple. It's that simple. And so when you look at it, huh? Give me something I can't refuse. How many cops have been fined and lost their job because somebody put a camera? Anybody talk about, well, they ain't gonna change. Somebody put a fucking camera, huh? But long as you locked into some bullshit through this nigger shit they talk, you'll never change it. A camera. As simple as a camera. Huh? I remember black folks used to say, well, the nigga must have did something wrong if the cops shot him. They can't say that now because they're looking at the film.
El Chapo, did you follow that?
Facts, we need to go. It's been a daily wrap up. Oh man. Friday the 13th. It's Friday the 13th, people. I guess this day gonna go in history, huh? What do you think? Friday the 13th. The day the United States decided to go to war. Friday the 13th, 2008. Well, April the 13th, which happens to be also Friday the 13th. The missiles have launched. All we can do is sit back and wait. Now, I know we have fallout shelters and things of that nature, but I don't know how many. Are we ready for a chemical attack? Is those fallout shelters that's all around in the United States, are they chemical attack proof? Just wondering. This is serious. This is real. I must admit. I guess that's my son calling me, I guess. TGI Fridays. It's been a good one. Once again, I want to appreciate I appreciate everybody for coming out. Hanging out. What did y'all get from this show? I know I probably raised, and if I haven't raised a lot of people's blood pressure, I'm gonna raise people's blood pressure when that day comes, when they run across this video. It's I guess all we can do is just see. We can watch the story unfold, see what's going on. We know the key players. Of course, we got Syria, which is being backed by Iran and as well as Russia. So let's see. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. But if I can't say that I'm not frustrated. I can honestly say this is really frustrating. It's nerve-wracking. You know what I mean? I got little ones. You know, you hear them in the background. You know, that's what I gotta worry. I got little ones to worry about, and everything is just jalopy. It's just jalopily. You know, I don't know. But hopefully, everything works out for the better. I look forward to hollering at everybody during the midday mix-up, 12 p.m. on Monday. Everybody I want everybody to have a good weekend. Sacrifice at least some time to, you know what I mean, to connect with your neighbors and the people in your community to try to figure out something so y'all can eventually organize and start to begin to do the work. We have to be just as strategic and elusive as the enemy. Know this. It's been the daily wrap up. You've been live with the KOC, Facts Media Global. I'm out. One.